And now, Class A, we're going to take a look at the negative two commands. And what you really need to remember is that they are completely different than the affirmative two commands. So, this is all about telling a friend what not to do. And now, for the negative two commands, you're going to use what I call the three-step process. Please make sure that you get to know the three-step process, because not only are we going to use it for the negative two commands, we will be using it for the other type of commands too. The only type of command that doesn't use the three-step process is the affirmative two commands, which you now know uses the el, ella, usted form of the present tense. So, Class A, here's the three-step process. Step number 1, you're going to go to the yo form of the present tense. The yo form. Remember that almost every single verb in Spanish in the present tense, yo form ends in o, ends in the vowel o. So the second step is that you're going to drop that o. That gives you the stem. And then we're now going to flip everything upside down. AR verbs will take an ES, because remember it is negative 2, and ER and IR verbs will take the AS. And don't forget to say no. So let's take a look at how we do this right here. So we have the verb hablar. The yo form of the verb hablar is hablo. And what you're going to do is drop the O. That's where that line is. We're going to drop the O. See if I could do that. Oops. And it gives you the stem, H-A-B-L. And because hablar is an AR verb, you're going to use an ES. And don't forget to say no. So no hables in inglés. So here's comer. Como is the yo form. Drop the O. Add AS because it's an ER verb. No comas. Abrir is an IR verb. The yo form is abro. You drop the O and add AS. No abras. And please remember the stem changing verbs. You need to remember. Here are two of them right here. Volver and pedir. So vuelvo, no vuelvas. Pido, no pidas. Because they are either ER verbs or IR verbs. And then don't forget the go-go verbs. There are many go-go verbs, at least 8. So we have hacer, hago, drop the O, and because it's an ER verb, you're going to add the AS. So it's no hagas. Now for this group, also you're going to need to remember the cargar and zar verbs. Do you remember the cargar and zar verbs and how they spell changed in the preterite, the yo form only? Well, this time they're going to spell change again, but this is the negative two command. So we have car going to QU, gar going to GU, and zar going to C. So let's take a look at some of these verbs. So here they are. A verb like tocar. The yo form is toco, but because it's a CAR verb, you need to have that spell change occur. And so it's no toques. Remember, it's an AR verb, so you're going to add an ES, but you also have to spell change it. The C's got to go to QU. Same thing with sacar, no saques. Jugar, you need to remember that it does stem change in the yo form. The yo form is juego, but it's a GAR verb, so it's going to be no juegues in class A. So you need to remember that GARs go to GU, and then you add ES because it's an AR verb. Llegar, llego, no llegues. And now we have two ZAR verbs, cruzar and empezar. Cruzar, the yo form is cruzo. You change that Z to a C before you add the ES. It's an AR verb, no cruces. Empezar, you need to remember in the yo form, stem changes. But you also need to spell change the Z to a C. No empieces la tarea. No empieces. Now, if you remember the three-step process that we learned in the beginning of this video, you go to the yo form of the present tense, you drop the O, add the vowel opposite the conjugation. So AR verbs take ES, ER, and IR verbs take AS. However, there are 5 verbs in the present tense whose yo form doesn't end in an O. And here they are. Ir, ser, saber, estar, and dar. Their yo forms are voy, soy, sé, estoy, doy. Their yo forms do not end in an O. So therefore, they are considered the irregulars. And here they are. Ir is no vayas. Ser is no seas. Saber is no sepas. Estar is no estés. Notice the accent. And dar is no des. I put the ley here because of the indirect object noun, novio. The actual negative to command of dar is no des. So make sure you remember, these 5 verbs, their yo form does not end in an O, so therefore they are the irregulars. So let's practice a little bit. Here we have a group of sentences beginning with debo. And remember, debo is not going to be used as a command. Debo ir de compras esta tarde means, should I go shopping this afternoon? You're going to come back and say no. And then you'll say no, and then give me the command. Using that infinitive there, the command is no vayas. No vayas. So try the rest of them. There are 5 more to do. So here we have numbers 4 through 6. Remember, do not use deber. It's only asking should I. Remember that cargar and zar verbs have to have that spell change. Remember, go to the yo form of the present tense. Drop the O, add the vowel opposite the conjugation, except for those 5 irregulars. And now, clase, let's take a look at our pronouns used with negative to commands. But before we do, remember that pronouns with affirmative commands are attached. However, the pronouns for negative commands are placed directly before the command. So we have lavo los platos. Should I wash the dishes? No. No los. There is the pronoun right there. And then laves. Remember, that's your command. Remember, yo form, drop the O, add the vowel opposite the conjugation. It so happens that lavo comes from lavar, an AR verb. That's why you're going to use the ES. Notice the pronoun before. Como la ensalada? No. No la comas. Sirvo a postre? No. No lo sirvas. Te doy la receta? No. No me la des. Remember, doy comes from dar, and that should signal to you that it's got to be an irregular because it doesn't end in an O in the yo form. Also remember, whenever you see a me in a question, come back with a te. Whenever you see a te in a question, come back with a me. So, te doy la receta? No. No me la des. So let's practice a little bit. We have a group of questions, there are 8 of them, in which you will have to answer with a negative to command and a pronoun or pronouns. Let's take a look at number 1. It says, contesto la pregunta. Of course, you're going to come back with no. And then you'll say another no. And then, pregunta, its pronoun, because it's a direct object, is la. And so you're going to say no, no la, and then the command. Contes. And then because contesto comes from an AR verb, you're going to add the ES. No, no la contestes. So go through these. There are 7 more to do. Nos vemos en clase. Muchas gracias. Oops, I'm sorry, clase. I forgot to mention there are a few more to do here. This is the last thing we will be doing right here. So, una vez más, muchas gracias. Nos vemos en clase.